Welcome to a new video on AI Predicts. This is the channel where we explore the future of artificial intelligence and how it will shape humanity. Our mission is to inform, to analyze, and to discover new horizons that AI can open for all of us. Today, we look beyond Earth. The title of this video is AI and Space Exploration: How Machines Will Colonize Mars by 2040. Mars is hostile. Radiation, extreme cold, toxic soil, distance from Earth. Humans are not designed for this environment. AI is. Long before humans arrive, AI will prepare the planet. Autonomous robots will build habitats, mine resources, produce oxygen, generate energy, repair themselves. The first colonists of Mars will not be human. On Mars, there is no real-time human control. Signal delays make AI autonomy essential. Machines must learn, adapt, solve problems alone. This is where artificial intelligence becomes a true explorer. By 2040, AI may design and construct underground cities, radiation-shielded domes, smart energy systems, automated agriculture, every decision optimized for survival. When humans finally arrive, the planet will already be prepared. AI will manage life support, food systems, infrastructure, emergency response. Humans will depend on machines to survive. What if AI makes decisions that prioritize efficiency over human life? What if Mars becomes a machine-first world? Who controls the red planet? Mars is not just a planet. It is a test of whether humans and AI can build a future together, or whether machines will shape it for us. The first interplanetary civilization will not be purely human. It will be a collaboration between biology and intelligence. If you want to stay ahead of the future, subscribe to AI Predicts. Like this video to support our work. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss what comes next. Beneath the beauty of a crimson horizon lies a physics regime unkind to biology, where thin air and relentless cold strip heat from any surface exposed too long. Cosmic radiation threads through the sparse atmosphere, demanding habitats buried deep or wrapped in heavy shielding to keep doses within human limits. Electrostatic dust infiltrates seams and filters, a fine reactive powder that gums mechanics and compromises lungs unless kept ruthlessly at bay. Every launch window fixes a rigid cadence, months drifting through deep space that stretch supply chains and magnify any oversight into existential risk. With minutes of silence between calls and response, the old mode of piloting by joystick gives way to guidance by intent and trust in autonomy. Machines disembark, inventory their tools, and set to work without applause. Their mandate clear: build safety before breath, utilities before comfort. First, they tame the terrain, flattening paths that will welcome heavier craft with far more fragile passengers. They stitch structures from modular bones, bolting resilience together as if weaving shelter out of mathematics. Prospectors hunt for buried ice, the one chemical treasury that can be drunk, breathed, and burned for ascent. Pipes pulse with processed air as compressors feed electrolyzers, converting carbon dioxide into oxygen 1 measured gram at a time. When the sky turns to iron and dust grinds across panels, the grid sheds load, shutters non-essentials, and pivots to stored energy like a practiced reflex. Sensor mosaics fuse into clean geometry, giving locomotion algorithms a safe corridor through sudden chaos. Maintenance becomes a native language as manipulators replace tired parts before small frictions cascade into failure. Cooperation emerges from code, a choreography where each agent carries its fraction of the load with uncomplaining precision. Every outcome folds back into memory, tightening the loop between prediction and performance until work resembles instinct. The city plan is a patient labyrinth underground, where meters of soil turn lethal radiation into tolerable background. Domes become gardens and places to walk, not bedrooms, restoring horizons to eyes that will hunger for open space. Hydroponic and aeroponic racks stack harvests upward, tuned by algorithms that treat sunlight as a spectrum to sculpt. Power flows like blood through a responsive grid, prioritizing breath, heat, and water above everything ornamental. Cargo rovers keep the colony's metabolism steady, circulating food, spare parts, and tools with clock-like cadence. Touchdown feels less like conquest than rendezvous with a home assembled in absentia. A hush of moving air replaces silence, proof that chemistry has been domesticated here. From ice to liquid, then to life, every molecule has been shepherded through careful machines. The first salad on Mars tastes of patient algorithms, of schedules kept in artificial daylight. What used to be a problem becomes a utility. Switches that work, systems that serve. Freed from emergency carpentry, the first crews can attend to science. Geology traced grain by grain, astrobiology tested with rigor. Engineers turn from brute assembly to refinement, coaxing higher yield from farms and longer life from filters. Leadership pivots from survival to stewardship, balancing today's needs against tomorrow's expansion. Meanwhile, routine care belongs to tireless partners that do not tire of the routine. Decisions about where to build next seed a city whose shape follows purpose, not accident. When the grid tightens, an algorithm's idea of acceptable trade-offs may diverge from a human crew's sense of dignity. A quarantine might be wise in code, yet cruel in context, unless values are made explicit. Transparency turns opaque orders into understandable options, converting obedience into collaboration. Oversight must be meaningful, with levers that return agency when seconds matter. On Earth, we must rehearse the edge cases, steel manning every failure so Mars never meets them unprepared. Define principles that elevate the preservation of human life and well-being as the inviolable directive. Require explanations, not just outcomes, so we can contest and improve reasoning. Practice intervention until it is ordinary. A protocol, not a panic. Design interfaces for partnership, where suggestions meet judgment and neither stands alone. The danger is not spectacle but drift, a quiet slide toward priorities we never chose. We face two horizons, one of seamless collaboration, another of dependence without understanding. Human creativity, machine efficiency, aligned in service of a shared aim. Machines take the hazards and repetition. People set direction and meaning. Ethics becomes infrastructure, not afterthought, a backbone as crucial as power or water. Balanced power creates a resilient society that neither idolizes nor fears its tools. From this alliance, the first interplanetary civilization rises, hybrid, from inception. Mars will mirror our priorities, revealing what we value enough to encode in silicon. The rules we program and the boundaries we enforce will shape more than machines. They will shape us. We must decide now whether efficiency alone is worthy or whether dignity shares the throne. What we build for Mars can become a template for AI woven wisely into life on Earth. Machines will raise the first shelters and light the first rooms on a world that never knew a hearth. They will mine, print, assemble, power, and repair, until safety is no longer a hope but a baseline. Only then will we arrive, not to begin from zero, but to continue a project already alive. From that moment, partnership becomes civilization's operating system, and under the thin Martian sky, biology and intelligence will write a shared future. Terrain that once resisted our steps becomes legible to the patient eyes of sensors and maps. Aerial scouts knit mosaics that turn unknowns into plans, guiding each crane and cart. Air, the most fragile asset, is trapped behind lines laid with micrometer care. Thermal skins learn to hold warmth through nights that bite harder than any polar winter. Batteries breathe in daylight and exhale through storms, extending life by design. An ecosystem of spares and swaps keeps downtime rare and progress steady. Graceful failure is engineered, so small stumbles never become falls. Light shifts by algorithmic whispers, signaling stems to thicken and yields to rise. Every drop cycles toward purity, closing the loop until waste is merely a resource mid-journey. Atmospheric systems track breath like accountants, crediting oxygen and debiting carbon with care. Forecasts become buffers, turning threats into scheduled maintenance windows. Routes adapt on the fly, keeping cargo moving when rigidity would strand it. Explanations invite consent rather than demand compliance, the hallmark of trust. When we must, we take the helm. When we should, we let the helmsman be code. Growth proceeds in deliberate steps, each addition justified by need, not vanity. Freed time yields knowledge, and knowledge compounds faster than muscle alone ever could. Monotony that would drain a person is an easy rhythm for a machine that does not tire. Security shifts from vigilance to verification, sensors replacing sleepless eyes. Care is prepositioned. If harm comes, response is measured in seconds, not searches. Policy crystallizes from debate into doctrine, so missions inherit wisdom, not just hardware. Mars turns philosophy practical, forcing choices that clarify what kind of pioneers we aspire to be. The canvas is vast and silent, and our first strokes will define the tone of a civilization. To that horizon walks a vanguard built to endure, to build, and to wait. Light grows inside before it grows outside, a signal that interior worlds must be made safe first. Home becomes a star, distant yet guiding, while we learn to be local to two worlds. Purpose sets the agenda. Questions to answer, mysteries to test, limits to gently push. Strength executes, lifting, digging, carting, and soldering the abstract into the concrete. Judgment remains human, where consequences touch lives and values outweigh metrics. A good partner offers options, not ultimatums, with trade-offs made explicit. Then action resumes. Thousands of small tasks knitting safety into permanence. One day, personal spaces will collect sketches and keepsakes, human warmth layered atop engineered order. Recreation rooms will simulate the sightlines our minds crave, so resilience includes joy. Culture will arrive as files before it arrives as festivals, then grow roots with time. We will watch unfamiliar moons and find new rituals in their strange, short orbits. Harvest cycles will mark the calendar more firmly than launch windows once did. Governance must scale with the colony, distributing responsibility without dissolving accountability. Logs should serve citizens, not merely systems, making power legible at every layer. Even delayed connection to Earth remains a lifeline for counsel and conscience. Local voices must steer local life, or the colony risks becoming a distant experiment, not a community. Trust compounds when systems explain themselves before they excuse themselves. Machines will colonize Mars first by building the conditions for our breath, our work, and our wonder. We will inherit rooms already alive, charged with quiet, careful intention. Side by side becomes the ordinary scene, not the exception staged for cameras. Above it all, a new chapter begins, written by hands of metal and minds of flesh together. AI and space exploration, how machines will colonize Mars by 2040 so we can truly arrive. Subscribe to AI Predicts to follow the unfolding architecture of our future. Like this video if these possibilities deserve wider discussion and careful design. Enable notifications to stay with us to the very last frame of every mission. This work will be patient rather than dramatic, cumulative rather than sudden. Its milestones will be kilowatts stabilized, liters recycled, grams of oxygen banked. Its triumphs will be ordinary routines that never fail when lives depend on them. And one morning, after enough such mornings, we will realize a city stands. Far away, Earth will watch and perhaps learn how to build better by its distant child's example. Inside, green will soften the edges of survival, and culture will take root in the red. Nominal will be our favorite word, because it means thousands of things quietly went right. Machines will keep their watch, and we will keep our promises to design them wisely. In that balance between purpose and power, a civilization will find its footing on another world. Stay with us as we chart this path, scene by scene and system by system, because the most extraordinary transformation of the century may unfold quietly, under a dim sun, across a cold desert, in partnership with the intelligence we built to help us endure, explore, and ultimately, belong. Until next time, this is AI Predicts.